Now, thank you, Stefan Schostock, for the nice introduction. I now switch officially to English because now we got an English presentation by Carin from TUI, from Luton, near London. She's from the TUI group in the, I just say, innovation business of TUI. But I think you're going to introduce yourself, I guess. So give it a hand for Carin.
Hello, I'm welcome to this presentation. I know it was announced how to increase sales, and I'll definitely touch on that, but it's a bit more than that. It's how AR and VR are taking off at TUI. When I say TUI, I will mostly mean TUI UK and Ireland because that's where I'm based, but I will also show examples across the source markets. Ich könnte auch Deutsch sprechen, aber mein Englisch ist deutlich besser. And how does it make it work? Yep. Down. Okay. Very intuitive. So I'll mostly talk about VR, the experiments that I'm doing in the innovation lab, because I'm part of the innovation lab, what TUI is doing across the source markets, how we manage the 360 content across all the different channels, and a bit about AR. First a bit intro. I think you all know TUI. TUI Group is world's leading tourism group. We have our own travel stores, cruise ships, aircraft. We have mobile applications, websites, and we provide unmatched holidays to 20 million customers in 180 regions. A bit about me. This is how I evolved over time. I'm constantly evolving. So I started out as a product design engineer, and then I moved into coding. I was an Entwickler. I didn't know that word. I was a programmer for 10 years, and then I went into project management and user experience design before I got headhunted by TUI. So since the last 2 years, I'm the technology innovation strategist for TUI UK and Ireland. And that lab exists because, as the mayor pointed out, if you don't innovate, you don't stand still, you fall behind, and you might completely vanish. So we prepare tomorrow's travel today to future-proof the company. We're not only doing VR, we do lots of things. We started with an Apple TV app. So we were the first travel industry company, as far as we know, to bring travel videos into the shared living room experience. We had a friendly chatbot to find the perfect holiday. We're trying out voice assistants at the moment. We just finished an Alexa trial. And we're constantly exploring AR and VR. So AR and VR, it gives you instant insight in all the things that TUI can provide you, and gives you that emotional validation really almost instantly, because when you immerse yourself in the destination, in a cruise ship, package holidays, it really brings our intangible holidays to life. What we're doing in the innovation lab, we do a lot of trials. We explore VR because the realistic previews, because it's all around you, it's just you can't achieve that with two-dimensional content. And we use a lot of virtual overlays so that you have contextual information. So we really enhance the virtual reality. As said, the emotional validation. If you want to invest in a holiday, you want to make sure it's for you, and you want to pick the right one. So you might know the Dale Edgar cone of learning. It explains why VR is so powerful. It's basically explaining that the more participation you have in a subject, the more you will remember. So when you read, you will remember only 10%, and this goes up when you see it animated, when somebody demonstrates it, when somebody teaches you the subject. Then when you simulate the activity, you will remember more, but when you actively do it, that's where it becomes really memorable. And because VR really lets you participate, really lets you immerse, you can remember 100% of the experience. And if it's a good one, you might want to relive it and book it in real life. So because it's so real, so immersive. What if you add, as the mayor also pointed out, smells and all the other senses? So in the Innovation Lab, we did a small trial with sensory reality. That is virtual reality enhanced with the stimulation of all the senses. So you normally have already vision and hearing. What if you overlay it with touch, with smells, and with taste? We tried it out in a Sensix booth. That is a to have a step back. So if you take a VR experience, there's a timeline. If you have a story to tell, and you can overlay that, you can synchronize it with smells, heat, wind, vibration, and tastes. Um, I'll skip the video. There's a great video of a review of this on YouTube. This is the Sensix booth. It's basically like a telephone booth. You go in and you teleport yourself to another world, a bit like the TARDIS of Doctor Who. And in the booth, you can feel vibrations. You have heaters all around you. You have ventilators that can point in different directions. And they have hundreds of smells that they can diffuse. And instantly, when they put another smell, it disappears the previous one. So we did a small trial. We created a video that shows you a day at the resort in Jamaica. We show you also a few excursions that you can do from that resort. For example, in the video, you're in the swimming pool at the cocktail bar. You can smell the coconut from the cocktail. You can see the wind blowing in the palm trees, and you can actually feel that wind. Later on, you're at the waterfall. The temperature drops, and you can smell the plants all around you. And at noon, when you were on the beach and saw the horses, you can smell the horses. Not very nice, but very short. And you can feel the heat of the noon sun. And we tried this out at an event with people, and they all reacted very positively and very intense. That's the normal reaction. These are reactions captured by the Sensix people from people that come out of their booth. They're all like, wow, this was really, really something else. And we had one person in our trial coming out of the experience and saying, oh, I want to book my holiday now. I want to go to Jamaica. So that makes you think, yes, we ourselves. So we wanted to try out if it sells in UK stores. We did a trial, and we also, of course, it's very important if staff likes it and if the customers like it. For that, we also created new content. We created 360 videos and stills of aircrafts and cruise ships. In the videos, we use a lot of contextual information through virtual overlays. For example, there's a video of the aircraft. You sit in a premium seat, and when you look down, you see a whole video sequence of bodies temporarily. So you can imagine your own body sitting there. We have vector animations that show you the differences between leg rooms and then show you how big it is, the different leg rooms. And it's such a quick, such a informational method. And as you can see here, we temporarily pop up text labels so you understand better what you're actually seeing, that the amenity kit is from a well-known brand, Ritual, and it just enhances the storytelling. And about the storytelling, if you don't see the videos and you just listen, it's already a good experience. We have it's all glued together with rhythmic music, and there's a storyteller. In the plane, it's the cabin crew member, and on the cruise ship, it's the director, the cruise director. They welcome you and they tell you all about it. So in the videos, you're mostly in first-person view, so it's you at the center of all activities. You are welcomed to the cruise. You're shown around. You sit at a table in front of your meal with people that look you in the eye and smile at you. So you really feel like you're there and it's your holiday. But although it's a first-person experience mostly, you can still share it in the stores because we stream the same environment to 4 people at the same time. So we had one person turning around, pointing the finger and saying, look behind you. And although nobody could see the finger, everybody turned around and said, oh yeah, wow. So it's really, you can talk about what you see together, and the staff is there to advise you as well. we have very expert travel advisors in the stores. And the travel advisors steer the experience. So they have a dashboard where they can see each view and a panoramic overview as well. So if one person has a question, they can see what that person is looking at and answer the question. They don't have to guess. And they can steer new material to all the headsets at the same time. Like, how would this be? Well, let me show you. How would that be? Let me show you. So staff and customers did like it, by the way. They are asking for more content. This is a 1-minute video. I think I have sound now. I can play it. Let me try.
I went to Barbados on a cruise ship. I thought it was amazing. I definitely want to be in a cruise now and not in the Excel in London. It's a great way of just showing the experience you could be having by booking a holiday through TUI. When you're up sort of almost above the ship, looking down onto the pool and the sort of looking at the decks and the climbing wall and all that sort of thing. So having that real bird's eye view of the ship. But then also just being in the restaurant and having waiters sort of either side of you serving you Asian cuisine. I think it's the way forward. I think companies like TUI will make a lot more sales if you get to sort of really get a real taste of the experience before you buy.
So this video shows you that she remembers what she saw. It's a positive experience. And the first thing she said when she came out was, I want to be there on the cruise ship. And her opinion straight away was TUI can make a lot more sales by giving these tasters to the people. And that's what we hope. So yeah, that's the customer reaction, and that's quite typical. So does VR sell? Yes, yes it does. I can give you an anecdote. There was a couple coming into the store to pay their upcoming holiday. They had already booked. The staff member asked them, have you considered the next holiday? No. Have you considered cruise? No. Have you ever been on a cruise? No. Would you like to see it? Why not? So they saw a 3-minute video and they went on to book a cruise for the two people for next year. So that would not have happened without VR. At our destinations, we are selling excursions, for example, with VR. And there was a woman afraid of darkness and afraid of small spaces, and they showed her our cave excursion in VR. And it completely reassured her, it delighted her, and she went on to book the excursion for her whole family. So she would not have done that without VR because she saw the picture and she said, the fears that she had. But VR could reassure her. So we think VR has future, and people like the tasters and they want to plan and preview their holidays. So we hope to bring it also in their homes, and therefore we explored web VR. I look forward to the sessions later on. So we did a hackathon, only 2 days. We explored tools and we explored the user experience features that web VR experiences could have. We used Wanda VR, which is a tool you can just drag and drop, and you can make all 360 content interactive really quickly. With A-Frame, you can use HTML coding and create interactive VR in the web browser. You can then wrap that web content up and put it in a mobile application, of course, as well. But those were just experiments from the lab in UK and Ireland. Of course, TUI has a lot of other source markets and is using VR a lot already. I'll give you some examples. TUI Russia has a lot of VR websites. So does TUI Ukraine as well. And if you see those websites on the mobile phone, you can click the cardboard icon and see them in the headset, which is more immersive. TUI Cruises used to have virtual tours on the website. You could you could explore the entire ship. I'm showing this image, but this is not how you would experience it. You would have it full view, and if you wanted to, you can open panels. But I just opened all of them, so you could see the user interface. On the floor plan of the cabin that you can see here, you see a red dot. That's the current camera. So you can choose to turn the camera slowly around, and then you can see the angle in which you're currently looking and slowly turning around. You could go from camera to camera, from hotspot to hotspots in floor plans or also in your view. So if you look around, there could be a hotspot, and you can activate it and go there. And just explore the whole ship. You can still see that on the DigiNet Media website. All the tours are there. They have the same tours on a mobile application as well. And Marella Cruises also has mobile application with VR previews. This application is slightly different. You can watch the content that's already there, but you can also scan QR codes. And the QR code could be your personal QR code. And what it does is it gives you access to your personal video playlist. So you can see the videos that, for example, our staff has selected for you in the store, or that you have selected on the website by wish list, and you can see them again and share them. TUI has a lot of 360 videos on the web, on its own website, on other websites, YouTube. You can really find a lot. We even sell headsets. That's how invested we are in TUI Sweden and TUI Finland. They sell them on the website. And of course, we still want our expert travel advisors also to be able to guide you. So we have a lot of hotels that use VR, as I said, in the destinations. We have travel agencies, and you can view, preview, and plan your holiday and get advice. This is a picture from the destinations. They built over 90 InstaVR apps to show excursions and also to show premium seats in theater shows. And the result was excursion bookings went up and seat upgrades went up. Does VR sell? Yes, it does. TUI Ukraine has many travel agencies with VR. And of course, World of TUI Travel, closer to home. They have 4,000 images and videos you can see in VR. And across Germany, I think they also organize evenings in other travel agencies where they can then provide you with VR. We also use it for training, as said. It's a great way to get staff familiar with all the products that we have. And for example, if there are new products, to get staff and management quickly up to date. This is an example of the Sublime portal, where we transported our staff to new TUI and First Choice resorts that we created. And it works with an interactive dashboard. We also are looking into pilot training in VR and engineers with AR and all that training. So we have a lot of content and we have a lot of platforms. I mentioned that you can have it projected like in the dome. We are on the websites, we are in the mobile applications, in the standalone headsets in the stores. So how do you manage all that? There is a content management platform that's called EXP360. Marella Cruises is using them. They provide the in-store experience to up to 4 people at the same time. They also let you distribute content on the website, in the mobile applications. They cater for print. The QR codes can be printed, they can be sent by emails, and let you get personal playlists. And they also have call center integration. So for example, if you come into a store, on the Marella cruise ship, we have onboard stores. You can have a guided experience, you can get advice, they make a playlist for you, you take it home with you. You have your mobile application, and with the mobile application, you can then call up that personal playlist by scanning the QR code or simply by clicking the links as well. And when you then look down in the experience, there is a telephone icon. When you gaze on it, you actually call the contact center, and they see what you are seeing and can ask. You can ask any question, they can answer it. They can steer new content on it straight to your phone from the contact center. So if you're seeing a certain cabin type, you want to know what other cabin types are available, they can send it to you remotely. So there's a lot in this package. Marella Cruises is not using all of these features, but many. This is, for example, not a Marella Cruise staff, but an example of how somebody could guide several users at the same time. The users have standalone lightweight headsets that are numbered. The staff has a what they call a guide kit tablet with a user interface that shows the view for each user, also numbered, and a panoramic view with eye icons. And the eye icons are also numbered, so that's the central view for each user. And then when the staff clicks in the panoramic view, it inserts arrows for all the users. So if there's a point of interest and you don't want the people to miss it because they're all looking somewhere else, you can tap, and then if I'm right to the point of interest, I can see the arrow like this. But if I'm on the other side, another user could be here, they can see the arrow like this. And you can then focus the view of everybody on the same thing and tell them about that. So the same content can be on the mobile application, in a window to the other world, or in the headset split screen. You can also have a personal playlist in a web page, personal web page, or could be a public web page as well. But imagine you can get a link to your personal web page. All your itinerary that is made for you is there. You can click and you can preview it. This is the dashboard they use to distribute all the content to the right channels with the right names, descriptions, subtitles as well, so you know what you're seeing, meta tags and categories. And all the usage is continuously tracked. This is very important, as we found out in our store trial as well. You want to capture how much is the content, each piece, how often is it used, how long is it used for, when is it used. Heat maps provide valuable insights as well. What are they actually looking at in your content? Is that what you want them to look at? And they look a lot at the top of the bed. So you can use this information to make your content better and also to cater your campaigns. So if you spot that something is important to people, you can lift that out and make it great in your campaign. That was all about VR. I wanted to mention a few AR examples as well. Again, Marella Cruises. They have a game, an application for 7 to 11-year-old children. What they do is they have magnetic markers and they place them all around the ship. And then the player gets hints, clues to which marker they have to find today. And a clue to where to find it, because ships are big. They are very large. So while the child is looking for the marker, the parent who goes along sees a lot of the ship and knows more about what they can do on the ship. So it's a win-win. The children are engaged and the parents know what they can get from TUI as well on the ship. When the child sees a marker and scans it, it unlocks a 3D scene and then games. And when it does 3 games, it can win a prize. We also have AR excursions. This is the one in Greece. You get an AR tablet, you point at the ruins, and then you see how it looked 1,000 years ago in 3D augmented reality. We did magic mirror experiences in England and London. You can stand in front of the mirror and you see yourself in our destinations, for example. You can be in Thailand and you can actually chase the crabs on the beach because it's interactive. You interact with what you see in the mirror. And we encourage people to take selfies and share it. And last but not least, Mindshift 1 has now a dancing mirror. So you stand with up to 6 people in front of that mirror and you move. And when you move, your avatar moves along and has all kinds of special effects that you can then control all 6 of you together. So let's dance. They did that to let people engage with technology. So that's all for now. Thank you. And questions?
I'll take this one. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Carin. Very interesting. We met in London at the VR World this spring, and you're based in Luton, near London. Do you see a difference between the British people and the German people adopting VR and AR?
Well, Germany has many more stores, so I think the guided tour experience in the stores is a good opportunity. And because, for example, sensory reality, there are headsets that provide it, that provide smell, but they're not so many and they're very niche, and I don't know how to find them. I only read about them. So I think stores could create really like a brand celebration, like a sensory experience for people, and Germany has many more stores.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, there is a difference. There is a difference.
I think the Time Travelers Club, who was also an exhibitor here, do something with smell as well. They're from Berlin. We should exchange addresses. So, any other questions in the audience? From Peter, I just come to you, or do you catch? Can I catch?
Meanwhile, I just wanted to add that in the next experiments with the sensory reality, I would love to include movements, because I think if you invite people to make gestures, like really move the water in the ocean or something, they will remember that gesture. It's kinetic memory comes in place. So it's already very memorable because of what you see and hear all around you, what you smell, etc. But if you then have gestures, I think it's even more powerful.
So a very short question from me regards the acceptance of the technology by your customers. So I would assume that the biggest premium market is, I would say, in the elderly customers, because they book more fancy and more personal bought tours. How well do they cope with this technology in terms of, how easy is it to convince someone who might not have yet a VR headset on to try VR out, to actually, or try 360 out, to actually experience those things? Because it's, I think, quite new to a lot of customers, I would say, right?
Yeah, so all kinds of age groups love it. The couple who booked the cruise, and indeed they were between, I would say they were more like 70. But they're all up for it. It doesn't work for all our brands, because in the destinations they had it, they trialed it out in different hotels from different brands. We have a lot of brands, Sensima, Sensatori, Magic Life, a lot of brands, and it doesn't work for all the brands. So there are certain people, groups of people that might not like it so much, but the vast majority, any age group, likes it. We don't give it to children now at the moment. I think projection comes into place there. That could be a method, just because of legal reasons. But yeah, no age limit.
Any other questions? You're here all day, I guess? Or yeah, you're here all day. You'll be around, so if anybody got a question, you're there. You mentioned TUI is also training in VR, so that's a perfect reconciliation to our next guest speaker. So thank you very much, Carin.